Hi, my name is Miss Melissa, and I am a teaching artist in the PACE program with the Acadiana Center for the Arts in the Lafayette Parish School System in Lafayette, Louisiana. Today, we are going to be learning about the sun by creating a very large, bright drawing of a sunset using warm colors. So let's go ahead and get our supplies so we can get started. This is what you're going to need for today. One white sheet of paper, any kind of paper. It could be recycled paper, construction paper, copy paper, any kind of white paper. You're also going to need a pencil, an eraser, some crayons, and some type of circle that you could trace about this size. It could be a lid like this. It could be a bowl. So some kind of circle lying around the house that you can find that's, kind of close to this size. So if you want to go ahead and pause your video, get your supplies, and I'll be here when you get back. Since we're going to be making a sun, I thought I would show you a famous print of a sunset. This print is actually, it's a print of a painting made by a famous artist named Vincent Van Gogh. This was made over 100 years ago, and the title is called The Sower at Sunset. And sower is another word for a farmer. What do you notice right away when you look at this picture? What do you think about it? How does it make you feel? Well, right away, I noticed the big, bright sun in the circular shape and all of the sun rays made with straight lines. And the way he paints is that he uses very thick coats of paint where his sun rays almost look like he has patterns in them. I'm hoping we could show this today. Let's go ahead and create a big, bright sun, especially since it's the summertime. Let's go ahead and start drawing our sun. Now you're going to need your lid or a bowl or a plate, something that you found to trace a circle. We're going to put the sun at the bottom of our paper, the circular part. We're going to put it in the middle, but we're only going to show half of it. So I want you to take your object and pretend the bottom of the paper is lined up with only half of the object. So basically the bottom of your paper would kind of serve as the midpoint. Okay, now you're going to find the center the best you can. Take your pencil and just trace one half of the circle, the top part. And it should look something like this. Very good. Once you do that, what we're going to use is our pencil to draw some straight lines going throughout our paper. So just copy off of me. And they don't have to be perfect. About like that. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can have about maybe like 6 to 10 different spaces. I could probably add one more here. Very good. Now that you have your sun rays, we could add the color. Now, speaking of color, do you remember the bright yellow-orange sun that I showed you in the famous painting? Well, I was thinking, why don't we make our sun using this color, but let's have more choices. Why don't we make our sun with as many warm colors as we would like? So let me show you what warm colors are. Red, orange, and yellow are warm colors. And if you look at the color wheel, you could see these three colors. And in between these three colors, you have yellow, orange, red orange, and then next to the red, you even have a red violet. Pink is also considered to be a warm color. So what we're gonna do, I would like you to choose your favorite warm color. We're gonna color the sun together, but we're only gonna trace the sun rays with different warm colors because we're gonna do something inside of those sun rays later. So go ahead and pick your favorite warm color. You could choose orange, yellow orange, red, pink, red orange, red violet. Let's go ahead and color in the sun. We can do this together. So by the time we are finished making this picture, you're going to have a big, bright sun showing lots and lots of warm colors. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have fun with creating our sun today. Now I'm pressing hard. I do wanna show, you know, I wanted the sun to be pretty bright. So I'm pressing hard so the color looks dark. And if I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video at any time, and I will be here when you get back. Okay. Now what I want you to do is take any warm colors and I want you to continue to trace hard. We're gonna press hard on our colors. So there, you know, I chose a red orange. Maybe over here I could choose red. So we're just gonna kind of mix it up. I want you to choose different warm colors and trace your sun rays in those different warm colors. Here I chose orange. I can put an orange over here. I can find, looking for a yellow. So yeah, just choose whatever warm colors you would like and trace your sun rays. Now do not color inside of the sun rays. We're gonna do something really neat inside of the rays. And I'm pressing fairly hard because I want it to be dark and very bright. How's that? You could even use pink or red violet. So now I have a good mixture of warm colors. You're doing a great job. Let's get ready for the next part. Now we are going to draw patterns of lines inside of the spaces of our sun rays with your choice of warm colors. I'm going to show you 6 different types of lines. We're going to draw them together. You can choose your own colors for your lines and you can choose your own space that you want to put it in. So let's get started and do this together. The first type of line I have is a straight line. I want you to choose whatever color you would like, and we're going to create a cluster of straight lines together. Now go ahead and choose your space. I'm going to choose this sun ray area to start working in. Now if you notice, I'm drawing some small straight lines going in the same direction. that is considered a cluster or a group. And then you can change the direction if you want. Now we're going to stick with the same color inside each space of our sun ray. If you notice here, I'm going side to side. Here I'm going up and down. And then I can even switch back to side to side. You could even go diagonal, which would be lines at a slant. I could draw a few here to show you. So you get to create patterns with lines and colors. And we're just going to keep using warm colors throughout. Very good. I'm going to switch to a new line. Keep in mind, at any point in the video, if I'm going too fast, you can always pause, and I'll be here when you get back. Now this type of line, it comes from a straight line. It's called a zigzag line. You can say that with me, zigzag. And this zigzag line has lots of straight lines that kind of, I guess you could say, go in a slanted or diagonal direction. So go ahead and choose a color and a new space, and we're going to draw some zigzag lines together. I'm going to choose red. You can choose orange or yellow. I'm going to choose this space here. So start by drawing a cluster of these lines, and you could change directions. The smaller you draw your lines, the more you could squeeze in the space. We're going to stick with red, and we're going to stick with one space. Now, did you notice if the zigzag lines remind you of anything in real life? For example, when I draw it this way, it reminds me of lightning. Do you think of mountains maybe, or sharp teeth? That's what zigzag lines remind me of too. Can put one more here. So far, I am really liking how my patterns are coming out. I'm going to go ahead and go to a new line. It also comes from a straight line. This is called a jagged line. A jagged line has lines that go side to side and up and down. Side to side, up and down. Side to side, up and down. You see that? It just keeps repeating. It kind of looks like the tops of a castle. So please choose a new warm color and a new space. I'm going to choose this area here, and I'm going to try to draw this jagged line. Do the best you can. It doesn't have to be exactly. And you can make some clusters going in different directions. Now I'm using pink. Maybe you're using yellow or red or orange. Maybe you're working in that space over there, which is fine. You get to choose what colors your lines are and what space you want to put them in. Very good. I'm going to move on to a new line. Now we're moving into curvy lines. This is a curvy line. It kind of looks like it could be a smile, or if I turn it upside down, it'd be a frown. It could be the bottom of a bowl. Upside down, it could be the top of a rainbow. Okay, so let's choose a color for our curvy line. I'm going to choose yellow, and I'm going to start by drawing a group of curvy lines going in the same direction. And then I'm going to change directions after I'm finished with that group or cluster. I'm going to stay in one space. You get one color of space. So far, so good. Let's go to a new line. This line is called a wavy line. So we're going to choose a new space to draw our wavy line in and a new color. So far, let's see, I have used red, orange, yellow, and pink. These are all warm colors. Colors I have not used would be a red violet, a red orange, and a yellow orange. So continue to keep using your warm colors. You can kind of switch it up. So I think I'm going to go with, I want a red violet. I'm going to choose this space here. Or maybe even here. And let's draw clusters of wavy lines together. Remember, a cluster is a small group. You're going to draw your lines going in different directions. Make sure you're using warm colors and that you're pressing hard so you can see your colors. And we're staying in one space at a time. Take your time and keep making your wavy line clusters in one space. If I'm going too fast, you can always pause the video. Now I'm going to go on to our last line. Now keep in mind that we started with curvy. Wavy lines come from curvy lines. This line also comes from a curvy line. It is called a swirl. And there's even a special kind of swirl called a spiral. It kind of makes like a loop-de-loop, like a roller coaster. So I want you to choose a new color for your swirl and a new space to draw it in. I think I'm going to go with a red orange. And I'm going to start drawing my swirls. You can draw one little swirl and repeat it over and over, like this. Or you can kind of connect your swirls together, however you want to do it. Just repeat them in the same color, in the same space, going in different directions. Lots of choices. This is coming out really neat. It's fun making patterns with warm colors. All right, so as you're finishing up your swirl, I'm gonna go over all of the spaces that I completed, and I'm gonna count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 spaces drawn because I have 6 different lines. Now, some of your space, maybe you only have 6 lines, maybe you only have 6 spaces, sorry. Your paper may be different than mine. I have 2 spaces left, so that's a total of 8 spaces. So if you have a couple of spaces left, like I do, the white paper, you can pick your own line and make it whatever color you would like. Okay, so in this space, maybe if I wanted to choose a straight line, I could. If I wanted to put a curvy line in this space, I could. So we're going to be creative and choose our own lines for those empty spaces. And you can choose your own color. I feel like I need more yellow, so I'm gonna put more yellow in my picture. And I think I'm gonna go with straight lines. Now, you don't have to choose yellow. You don't have to choose straight lines. Any color or any line that you want to go in your empty spaces. So I have 8 spaces. Maybe you have 10. Maybe you only have 6. Maybe you have 7 spaces. So just go ahead and be creative and choose whatever colors you would like and whatever line in that empty space. I think I'm gonna go with more curvy here. So I just chose straight yellow lines here, and now I'm choosing orange curvy lines here. So we're gonna fill up all of our sun ray spaces with warm colors and lines. This is coming out so neat. You are doing a great job. To finish up our bright, warm colored sun with lots of patterns, we are going to lightly color in the sun rays. So you can continue to choose your warm colors, and we're going to color very soft. Whereas before, whenever we were drawing, we were pressing hard, which makes it look bright. So now we're going to color very soft. And you can pick any warm color. So let me just show you. I'm gonna choose, what is this, a red? And I'm gonna color very softly. Why? Because I don't want to cover the lines that I already drew. I want those lines to still show. See that? And I just colored that with a red. So you can continue to switch out your colors. We're gonna fill in all of our sun rays with warm colors. Instead of drawing like we did before, we're coloring, and we're not pressing hard, we're pressing very soft because we still want our lines to show. So let's do that throughout your whole picture. We're going to fill up all of our sun rays so there won't be any white paper showing. You will only see warm colors. And speaking of sun rays, I have some fun sun facts to share with you. Did you know that the sun is considered to be a star? And that it's actually almost a perfect sphere? The sun is actually located in the center of the solar system, right in the middle of everything in outer space. And it's made up of hydrogen and helium. Now, the temperature of the sun, it is so hot, like if you were actually going to touch the sun, it would be 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like super hot. Think about it. Outside, if it feels hot outside, it's only 80 degrees Fahrenheit. And the surface of the sun is 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's like super hot, right? I think I'm gonna put yellow here. And then the width of the sun, it's 864,000 miles in diameter. You know what that means? It's 109 times wider than the Earth. Basically, the sun is so big that you could fit over 1 million Earths inside of the sun. That's how big the sun is. Isn't that something? I thought you would like to know about some of those fun sun facts. Just keep on coloring your picture. So far, it's coming out really good. Now my yellow and the pink are lighter colors, so I'm actually going back and pressing a little bit harder on those. I like how it's coming out. Remember, you want to press soft. And then, you know, just for these two colors, I was able to press a little harder because they're light. But we definitely want to see our, we want to continue to be able to see our patterns of lines that we drew. This is coming out so neat. So we're just going to keep coloring lightly until all of the area of the sun rays are filled in with warm colors. And when you look at your picture, you can actually kind of feel the warmth coming from it, right? All of these warm colors, it kind of gives you it gives me the idea that the sun is actually warm. And that's what we were trying to show today. Really emphasize the colors and the feeling that you get from it. So I'm kind of going back, just to kind of highlight. And I think that's just about it. I hope that you're happy with creating your bright, warm colored sun with me today. I think you did a fabulous job. Thank you for joining me today. You can find all of our PACE online art classes at the Acadiana Center for the Arts YouTube channel for kindergarten, first and second grades. Each ties into the academic curriculum. You can also get these lessons on AOC as part of the Learn United program, accessible on Cox Channel 16 or LUS Channel 4. Kindergarten lessons air at 8 a.m. and first and second grade lessons air at 9 a.m. Some lessons will be in visual arts and some lessons will be in creative movement. So be sure to come back and make art with us tomorrow. If you are interested in supporting programs like this, you can visit the AcadianaCenterForTheArts.org, which is the nonprofit organization who manages this PACE program. Spread the word, share our videos, and keep making art. If you would like more, you can book me for a private online lesson. My email is in the description box below. Thank you and have a great day.